Yeah, there are provisions in the Sharia for those who are not willing participants in the illegal sexual intercourse are not themselves liable to punishment. So there is that provision, but you have to have your 4 witnesses, otherwise you're a false accuser. And the 4 witnesses must see the actual act according to Muhammad himself. If they do not see the act in the most graphic detail possible, then you're making a false claim against someone, but you have confessed yourself to illegal sexual intercourse. And here's the thing, because you have confessed to it, you go to jail, but the person you accused does not, because they have not confessed to illegal sexual intercourse. And so their sins have been concealed by Allah because they don't have the 4 witnesses. So Allah has been on their side all along and isn't holding them guilty in that way.
But don't forget, they're allowed to lie to save their honor. In fact, it's obligatory for them to lie to save their honor.
And let's also talk about whether or not this is embedded in what Islam teaches. I have something on my screen right now, if you'll share, go back to sharing again. So, there's a very simple way of telling whether or not, I need a plus again, sorry about that, guys. There's a very, very simple way to know whether or not something is truly taught in Islam by seeing what happens when a whole bunch of people who say that they are Muslim and according to Islam are in fact Muslim come into a country. What happens to the rapes in that country? If it's just the occasional bad Muslim who does this, the occasional corrupt person, then you would expect overall crimes to go down because all of these wonderful, peaceful people are coming into a country. And rapes especially, because Muslims are so moral and they care so much about moral character, then rape rates ought to plummet when tons of Muslim men come into a country. But instead, what we find is that rape rates skyrocket because Islam tells men to treat women like this. And if you don't get caught, it's because you weren't supposed to. And if you want to rape her, it's because she is tempting you. And all of the zina that you commit, all of your illegal sexual intercourse, was already decreed to you by Allah before you were born. There's a specific hadith, not just that everything that you do is going to be, every sin that you commit has been decreed by Allah. That is also must be believed by Muslims, that everything you do, good or bad, has been decreed by Allah, and nothing that happens is not part of His decree. And His decree, they mean His explicit decree. So, she wrote that a while ago, or he, sorry, I haven't actually watched the channel, so I don't know if he or she. But, so if I become a killer, did Allah write that for me? That's absolutely true. Allah did write that for you before you were even created, that you would kill, and you were created to kill. But it's more than that, is that on sexual misconduct, zina, there is a hadith that specifically says that every type of sexual misconduct was decreed for you. Everyone is decreed their portion of zina before they are born.
Yeah.
And it says, the zina of the eyes, the zina of the thoughts, and the zina of the body, all of that was already decreed for you. So whatever you do, it's because Allah decreed it. So Allah decreed for you to look at that woman and want to have sex with her, or that child. And when you do it, it's because Allah decreed it, but it's okay because He's the concealer and you're a good Muslim.